Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. We're back once again with another hotel video. I know the quality is a little bit worse. I know it probably sucks in some ways, but we're gonna have to make the best of this situation for the next couple of days. I promise by the end of the week we'll be back in my apartment making the usual videos, but you know, it's a nice little change of pace. Hopefully it's a good way to mix things up. Today we're going to be talking about some big changes coming to the LCS in the 2022 season. Obviously we're in the middle of a crazy off season. We're only like 2 days into that. There's still going to be a ton of off season stories coming our way, and I'm going to be covering all of those as well. But also, we got to start preparing for the actual seasons now, the LCS season, LEC season, all of that stuff, and it's coming up fast, so let's talk about all of that as well. Definitely make sure you guys check out the first link in the description below for my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/I_am_germ. I'd appreciate it a ton. Drop a follow, maybe a prime, maybe a sub. With that being said, let's get right into this. So, Riot dropped this article on us today, at least the day that I'm recording this video, called the LCS 2022 Format Update. With a lot of information about how the format is going to be updated for 2022. You know, crazy how titles work. But there's a lot of things that people are really excited about. There's some things that people are not as excited about, and there's obviously some issues that have people on both sides of some things. So just kind of going over the main points of the article. The first thing that is going to be changing for the LCS in 2022 is that the LCS spring and summer splits are each going to consist of eight double round robin weeks with games being played on Saturday and Sunday, and then there's also going to be 2 super weeks in each split, where you're going to see each team play 3 games instead of just 2 games. So that is a little bit different. The summer split, how before we had the 16 game spring split and the 24 game summer split or whatever. It's not going to be like that anymore. Spring split and summer split both are going to be the same amount of games. And another big thing here is that the regular season records are no longer going to carry over from spring to summer split. So just talking about obviously reducing the number of games per week for most teams from 3 to 2. I think it's a good change. At the end of the day, you know, watching that many games, especially when so many of them are so meaningless, and the viewership isn't that great. A lot of the teams are pretty uninteresting. 15 games a weekend, every single weekend for that long, it's hard to follow all that stuff. Not that I think everyone should follow that stuff. You know, like in traditional sports, you don't watch every single game from a league or anything like that. But, I think more days off are nice. I think the players, the teams, everyone else wanted more days off. You're already scrimming 3-4 days a week. I don't think you need to be playing 3 days a week as well. You had to prepare for an extra team. You had to play an extra game. It leads to more burnout, leads to more craziness. For what? So we can see an extra Immortals versus Golden Guardians game every week. You know, like I don't really see the reward there. And obviously Riot must not have seen the reward in terms of viewership or viewer minutes or sponsorships or anything like that. And obviously the players didn't necessarily love it as well. Yes, the players want to play more games, but I think the answer might be, playing more games on Saturday and Sunday rather than adding a whole nother day into the mix and, taking away their off day or something like that. So that kind of is interesting. I think the records not carrying over from spring to summer, I think is a great change. I think that's something I had been asking for. I'm glad that they tried it out last year, making some changes, trying to make spring split matter more by carrying over the records, and trying to make spring split matter more, making spring split matter but not matter too much by having the records carry over but having summer split be more games. Overall, I thought it was pretty stupid. I really hated how the records carried over. It just kind of messed everything up. It made it hard to tell, who was strong in summer and who wasn't. It didn't really make spring split matter that much more, to be honest. It still felt like, spring split didn't matter at all. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good change, but we are now back, as a lot of people are saying, as a lot of people are memeing, we're now back to the point where spring split means pretty much nothing. It means, getting to go to MSI. And other than that, it's really just a warm-up. And in some ways, that's good. I think if spring split doesn't matter, it gives teams a chance to get their feet wet. It gives teams a chance to experiment with different rosters, different players, and all that. But also, it does keep begging the question of, why does spring split even exist? Why do we not have an international tournament there? Why do we not allow more open circuits and open tournaments and stuff like that when Spring Split's cool to see all the new teams, all the new rosters from free agency and all that stuff, but other than that, Spring Split just is not serving a whole lot of purpose. Domestic leagues are not all that interesting, especially during the regular season. In a regular season that doesn't even matter at all in the grand scheme of things, that's kind of tough. So I don't know. In the end, it's not tons of big changes to the LCS. It's just a lot of things going back to how they used to be. Yes, super weeks are cool, and I think, having the 3 games a week every so often rather than every single weekend, I think will be a nice change of pace. I think it'll be cool as long as there's hype games that are a part of the super week. I think if you just have a super week but it's trash games, I don't really think that's that hype. But either way, whether there's super weeks, no super weeks, whatever, I don't really care. I don't really think it changes the viewing experience or anything that much. For Academy, they've eliminated Academy playoffs. I don't really think that's that big of a deal. I think they removed Proving Grounds as well. It's another thing that I don't really think that's that big of a deal. But something that a lot of people are talking about right now as well is the launching of Champions Queue. People really feel very, very strongly in different directions about this. Champions Queue is more or less a server that's going to be on the West Coast. I think it's going to be probably in Los Angeles or in California somewhere, for high elo players that are specifically focused on improvement. This is going to be that low ping solo queue environment that pro players have been asking for so long. There's some huge positives there. That this is what people have been waiting for. This is what people have been asking for. When you have a ton of great players that are all in Los Angeles, that are all on the West Coast, why are they playing on Chicago servers? Why are they playing with terrible ping with people that, live down the street from them? So in that ways, this is good, but also I do have a lot of questions and concerns, what are the queue times going to be? Are you actually going to be able to find games? Are people, especially during the season when LCS players are very, very busy, is there going to be any server population here? What's going to be the cutoff? How good is good enough for the server going to be? They're calling this the NA super server, like how they have the super server in China, but Chinese League of Legends is way, way different than NA. And then, there's players from the East Coast and even the Midwest that are like, okay, what the heck? Why can't we, get in on the super server? Now we're just going to have terrible ping on that one. This doesn't solve a whole lot of questions. And, I think it's cool that they're trying something. I think it has some positives. I think it has some negatives. As Tim Sevenheisen said, the devil is going to be in the details. We'll see how this all works out. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm definitely skeptical. I think it's cool. Pro players say this is what they want. So let's see them put their money where their mouth is and make use of this, make the most of it, and, have ping in solo queue as one less concern, one less BS excuse that we can use for why, we're struggling in international tournaments. But either way, it is a very, very big announcement. And it's something that it seems like a lot of pro players are excited about. I know it's something that Core JJ and Bjergsen specifically were really, really pushing for. So again, hopefully they use it. Hopefully they make the most of it. And now I guess this is going to be the year that NA is just totally unlocked. I guess we're just going to win Worlds or something. Who knows? But those were kind of the 2 big announcements, the changes to the LCS format and the adding of Champions Queue. It seems like we're still going to have the lock-in tournament this year, so that's really, really hype. We're probably 2 months away from that. But yeah, we're still in the middle of off season. We're still in the crazy swing of things, but I just wanted to mix it up a little bit. We're going to keep talking about rumors, speculation, all that stuff. But just a little LCS format update as well, for some stuff that I think is very, very interesting. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about any of these changes. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to today and all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.